Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. We are in Fossil Roo, trying to make our way through this potentially slightly confusing region. So I'm going to attempt to do it in a hopefully relatively clear fashion. So, Zidane says, Untamed Gargant, huh? Maybe I can ride it. The whole deal is that you need to find the flowers to feed this thing. Speaking of flowers, there they are. Pick the flowers, run over here, hold the flower up, and the Gargant shall be called. Hurrah! And thus, you continue on your merry way to the next region. Now, the reason this place can get a little confusing is that there are a couple of switches to change the route the Gargant is currently on. So it has a little bit of a maze-like quality to it. But we'll get to that as and when. So we get dropped off just here. And now I need to remember exactly which way we need to go. Do we go to the left or do we go toward the back? I cannot actually remember. So we're going to walk up the stairs here. And yay, it's Moogle. So, Stiltskin first. That was some trouble I ran into in Clara. I was hurt so bad I couldn't even move, but now that I've recovered, I'm back on track. You want to buy a set of Phoenix Pinion Remedy and Ether for 555 gil? Why yes. Yes I do. Thanks to you, I can continue my journey. Hurrah. What the heck is this place? It's like a maze. Yes it is. Moogle! Great. Moogle has a shop, so you can buy medicine from the shop. Now, I'm not actually going to bother, I stocked up on anointments, but if you're running low, that is an opportunity to do so. Make sure you have a minimum of 1 potion. You'll need it. You don't need more than that, but at least 1 potion. Okay. That done, check Mognet, as always. This is Mogkey. You have seen Mogkey earlier on. But Mogkey got a letter from Kupo. I don't even know who Kupo is, Kupo. Let's read it together. Kupo with 2 P's. From Kupo to Mogkey. I'm bored, Kupo. I'm so bored I'm going to hide away. Try finding me inside this cavern. Hint, I'm behind a wall. More on that later. What a carefree Moogle, Kupo. I fled from Limblum with my life. And we will just... Actually, before we save, we're going to use a tent at this point. We gain some hit points and mana. And we're also going to save our game. And then continue on our merry way. Right. First thing I'm going to do is go just to the right, past the Moogles, just down here. You don't have to do this, but you get an item for it. It's a pretty decent item, so why not? It's not too far out your way. Pick up a flower, pull the Gargant, jump on the bugger's back, and away you go. Switch to, and it shows you the current course. Not to be honest that that's colossally useful to you, but it does. And if you go through the back here, and you stumble across a treasure chest. Hurrah! Fairy earrings. Right, let's see if anyone can equip them. You've got, fairy earrings. They give you level up, body temp, and regen. Who wants level up, body temp, and regen? VV, because you're not learning a damn thing else. Peridot would allow you to learn Thunder, but you've already got the Thunder Staff for that, so you can just have the Fairy Earrings. And then we're going to fiddle with your abilities. We don't need Antibody, we want Insomniac and Loudmouth, we don't need Clear-Headed, and that leaves enough ability points so that I can quickly level up. And bad status, because why not? There we go. Sweet. Hurrah. So that is definitely worth doing. Fairy earrings are a very nice piece of equipment to have at this stage in the game. So I do definitely recommend taking that short little detour. So now you just call the Gargant to go back to the Moogles. And all the way back. And back we go. There we go. There was a little detour. Now if you go up here and talk to this fellow, he tells you, are you here for the treasure too? Treasure? What are you talking about? You don't know? This excavation site has tons of treasure and rare fossils. You're not here to steal them? No, we're not treasure hunting. Does this tunnel connect to the outer continent? The outer continent? You're trying to go outside? Huh. This tunnel's like a web. I don't even know how far it travels. You'll need to go that way, but it's quite a trip. The only way to go further is to hitch a ride on the Gargant, but it'll lead you to a dead end if you let it go wherever it wants. So you navigate the Gargant with that switch over there. There are multiple switches you use, but that's one of them. What's the relationship between the switch and the Gargants? The switch changes which fountain the water comes out from. Gargants hate water. You can block off the sections you don't want to go to by activating the fountain with that switch. That over there is number 2 switch. You'll need to trigger it to go over to the other side. I see. How do I get there? Do I have to tell you everything? You can get there on a Gargant, but you'll need to trigger the number 1 switch to do it. I see. Thanks for the info. So basically he just gives you some info if you should want it. And if you do, fair enough. So we are actually going to go past him over here. And we're going to call another Gargant. And nom 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 nom. I jump on your back. Here we go. And we go up this way. And the Gargant drops us off. Awesome. We go over here. And operate switch number 1, which is here. Flip the switch. Ka-chunk. And go back. And we just need to call another Gargant. Flower. Gargant. I know they're slightly weird flowers, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's be honest, the Gargant's a kind of weird creature. It's a giant insect that likes flowers and hates water. I mean, fair enough. There we go. So, if we go up here, there's a treasure chest with an ether inside. Hurrah! So we go back to where we called the Gargant from and take the lower path this time. Yep, there we go. Go over here. Follow this around. And we have a fight. Yay! Fighting! Is this going to be a more interesting opponent? It's these blasted bats. But it's a back attack, which is quite funny. Well, that's one of them dead. I'm actually going to have dagger attack one, because why not? She'll do more damage with a back attack. It probably wasn't worth it, to be honest, but whatever. We'll attack that Seeker Bat. They don't exactly do a huge amount of damage, if we're going to be honest. Dead. They do, however, have a vampire-y thing going on. They do suck your blood. And it will drain you for a bit of health. So Zidane's going to attack this last one. Oh, Zidane's going to kill it. Oh well, never mind. There we go. Problem solved. Bird Killer and Bug Killer are quite useful. Well, that was Bird Killer, but yeah, they are useful to have. Level up. Hurrah. So keep going through here. And remember that switch the guy was talking about? Found it! Flip the number 2 switch. Now, go back. There's a lot of going back and forth in Garganru, I'm afraid. All the way back. Call a Gargant. Up here. And we want to go back to switch number 1 and put it back into its original position this time. Yeah, I know. Such a faff. This way. And we flip switch number 1 again. There we go. And back again. And then if we call the Gargant once more, this should, fingers crossed, unless I've ballsed it up, take us back to the vicinity of the Moogle and Stiltskin, or the Moogles. Hopefully. Yes? Did it work? Yay! And you can take this opportunity to heal if you want. I'm definitely going to save my game after all that faffing around. So, after flipping those switches and then unflipping them and all that jazz, the whole point was to be able to flip switch number 2, which we have now successfully done. There we go. So we are back with the Moogles. And if we go to the right this time and call yet another Gargant, because flip switch number 2 has been flipped, this should take us somewhere new. Down here. Voila. Now if you talk to this fella, hey, you made it this far already? You want to buy something? You can buy things. It's nothing particularly abnormal in terms of equipment. Icebrand Partisan. This is the sort of equipment you should be getting used to at this kind of level. The Maltina racket, I'm actually going to buy one because I don't need the money, and might as well have Garnet use it while it's actually a useful weapon. Again, make sure you have at least one potion. You'll need it. Some anointments wouldn't go amiss if you haven't already stocked up on them. Come visit me again. Right. We'll let Dagger finish the Mithril Rod. The racket allows her to learn Blind and Stoner, but the Stardust Rod is before that. Anyway, having done that, we go up the stairs. All the way up the stairs. All the way along here, and this is switch number 4. Good lord. Now, you have a bit of a decision at this point. We have reached switch number 4. If you want to just go straight through to the end section, you do not flip this switch. If, however, you want to go and pick up an optional but very useful piece of equipment, then do flip it. So we're going to flip it. And then we walk to the right. There we go. Call a Gargant again. This place can be really confusing if you don't know what you're doing. Really can. And away we go. Should be dropped off somewhere. There we go. So we're just going to wander to the right for now. And hey, look, a treasure chest. Yoink. Lamia's Tiara. Excellent. Let's see if anyone can equip it. Out of curiosity, Lamia's Tiara. Clear-headed, confuse, and float. Not too bad. But I believe it can only be worn by girls. There is no cross-dressing in this game. So, only girls are allowed to wear tiaras, I'm afraid. Sorry to disappoint. Boys are not allowed to wear tiaras. It's a very sad state of affairs, but there we go. C'est la vie. Let's just quickly check Zidane's abilities, as I did change his equipment. Yes, we do want Insomniac. Get rid of Bandit for now. There's Insomniac. Okay, cool. So, that Lamia's Tiara is definitely worth getting, but you don't have to. Assuming you did, grab a flower, call a Gargant, and go back to switch number 4. And then flip switch number 4 again, so that it is in the same position as it was when you originally found it. So that switch, if memory serves, is only used to find the Lamia's tiara. And then we're going to go this way, flip the switch, and voila. So there's a couple of additional bits of kit. So we leave switch number 4 as it is, and then we go back and call a Gargant again. Remembering, of course, that with switch number 4 not having been flipped, this Gargant will take us somewhere different to where we went last time. Om nom 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 nom, on its back, and away we go. So, it drops us off here. Great. Now at this stage, you are potentially very close to the end if you want to be. So that is switch number 3. That's the final switch you need to worry about. And you can just you can operate it now if you so wish, or you can go and do something else. So if you want to do the something else, leave the switch for now and walk to the bottom right. If you go underneath those head things, they will douse you in water and put you, well, in the water, unless you are directly underneath them. But we want to go to the bottom right anyway, so that's what we're going to do. Right. Gargant again. So there's a flower. Call another Gargant. And away you go. Great. Walk to the left, and you can find, I hope. Have I gone the wrong way? I am looking. Let me go back. This is where I want to go, but I'm pretty sure there's an item somewhere. Hang on. Let's go this way. Aha! It's that way. Survival vest. Let's see if anyone can or should equip it at the moment. Mithril vest, silk robe, bronze vest, magician robe. It's fine for now. What would it give me? It would allow me to learn locomotion and mug. Locomotion protects against the stop status effect, and mug inflicts damage every time you steal something. Hurrah. So, there's the survival vest, and now we're going to push on. Right. Now, if you talk to this fellow, he will lend you a pickaxe. For the fee, wow, I can't believe you made it this far without getting hurt. This is my territory, go dig somewhere else. I'll let you excavate here in exchange for a potion. So this is why I said you want to have at least one potion. Exchange one potion for the pickaxe, which is a really, really, really good deal. And then you can start chipping away at rock faces. So, you now have a potion. Now, there are several rock faces that you can attempt to chip away at. There's one just here. One here. If you chip away at this one, you should uncover a Moogle eventually. So we're going to start chipping away at this one. It can take a while. Cool. Kupo. On the PC version of the game, there is an achievement for doing this, by the way. Oh dear, Kupo! And there was a Moogle hiding. It's called Peekaboo, the achievement. I just got it. There was a Moogle hiding in a dinosaur's mouth, because of course there was. Kupo with 2 P's. Remember, he sent a letter to the other Moogle saying it was hiding somewhere? Right. So once again, there's a Mog shop that you can take advantage of if you should wish. Mognet, I have a favour to ask, Kupo. I want you to deliver a letter to Kupo. Sure, fine. Thanks, Kupo. And we're going to save our game once again. Now, there are a number of items, lots of items that you can get from this left rock face, ranging from ores and high potions all the way up to a Madane's ring. On the PC version, if you get the Madane's ring, there is an achievement called something like the One Ring, because of course there is. Not available on the PlayStation, hopefully, obviously, but it's the same deal. You just chip away at the rock face until things fall out. There's an ore. And if you've got the patience to keep doing this for a while, this is a pretty darn profitable thing to do, because it only cost you a potion to do this in the first place anyway. It can, however, be rather tedious. So what I'm probably going to do is edit this bit of the video out until we get something interesting. And then I'll let you know what I got. Okay, so I have tried numerous occasions, and so far I've been rewarded with 4 or 5 ores. The thing with this little mining minigame is that the items you get are kinda random. It can take an awful lot of effort to get the Madane's ring. There are other ways to get it. You can acquire it from the auction house in Trino, and in the not too distant future you'll be able to synthesize the damn thing. So honestly, at this stage, I'm just going to get on with the story. I tried a bit, I cannot be bothered to try anymore. So close to the end of Fossil Rue. So let's just get out of here. So we need to go back to switch numero 3. He asked for his... yeah, I've had enough. He asked for his pickaxe back, which is fair enough. We come out here. Climb up here. And this is the switch number 3. Pass directly underneath these heads and they won't douse you with water, which is nice. So, warning, you will be shut out once you flip this switch and go outside, i.e. you won't be able to come back in. Treasure Hunters Association. So we're going to flip the switch. Ka-chung. Climb back up here, pass directly underneath this head. And now we just kind of want to go to the bottom right anyway. Which way does this go? Oh, yeah. I think we want to go to the bottom right. Haha, I'm now doubting myself. I am just going to double check, because this place is a bleeding maze. Yes, bottom right. That's what I thought. Just wanted to check. I didn't want to suddenly realise that actually I wanted to go somewhere else. That would be quite sad. So, call the garden here. And we shall bid Fossil Rue a not too fond farewell. I'm not a huge fan of this area, if I'm going to be honest. And the mining minigame, it just takes a lot of time without that much reward necessarily. I vastly prefer playing Chocolate Hot and Cold. And through here. And of course we have an encounter just before getting out of this place. Oh dear, what's it against? Go on, let's have something interesting. Ooh, it's a griffin. Right. Let me find out how much HP it has. Griffin, level 16, yeah. 1,470. Okay. So, 2 attacks from Zidane should do the biscuit. Tail, fantastic. I want to learn White Wind. Come on. Yes! Success! Quina just gained her first properly useful piece of blue magic. Oh no, MP plus 10%, lots of abilities, and that's not quite true. She already had some situationally useful blue magic, but White Wind is just generally useful. So let me just check people's equipment. Let's swap that out for a Stardust Rod. Swap the Magician's Shoes out for a Coral Ring. Ooh, you can learn Millionaire. We're gonna do that. Yeah. So, let's just go through people's abilities now. Let's get out on the main continent first. This light. There's no mist here. Well, you're not on the mist continent anymore. Here we go. There is no mist, which means you can actually see where you're going. It is miraculous. Now, see that weird structure over there? That is where we are ultimately heading to, though we have to take a slightly roundabout route to do it. And we're going to be calling a Chocobo as well to find some treasure. So at this venture, I'm actually just going to equip my abilities and let you know about some of the bad guys you come across. More Griffins, we just fought a Griffin, that's not too new. The main one that is new is a Cactuar. Recurring bad guy in the Final Fantasy games. Cactuar is an annoying little cactus thing. When it is adorable, but it's also very annoying. When it is visible, it will headbutt you, which does some damage, which can be annoying, but it's not the end of the world. When you physically attack it, it will bury itself under the ground. When it's under the ground, don't attack it, please. When you don't attack it and just leave it to its own devices, it will confuse you, which is annoying, and you want to protect your characters from confusion as a result, but it's not the end of the world. When you do attack it, your physical attacks will do 0 damage, and it will counter-attack with 1,000 needles, which, as the name implies, regardless of your defense, does 1,000 damage. Which at this stage in the game, one hits anything. Any of your characters will die in one hit. So that's kind of annoying. If you can chip them down sufficiently, Quina can eat one and learn 1,000 needles, though. Which is potentially a useful ability to have at this stage in the game, though it does sound hilarious, but it is one of those abilities that toward the end of the game becomes absolutely useless. 1,000 damage in the end game is pathetic. So do bear that in mind. So we are just going to quickly check equipment. Something more useful than that? Not really, apparently. Nope. We've already checked your equipment and we've already checked yours. Okay, so let's equip some abilities. Right, Bird Killer is useful, Bug Killer is not. We don't need Undead Killer, we don't need Devil Killer. Man Eater, not really. Beast Killer, meh. Steel Gill, nah. We'll see if we've got some points left over. Add Status, again, it's another, we'll see if we've got some points left over. Ditto for Protect Girls. Ditto for Alert. Okay, so we want Clear-Headed. You just want it. We're also going to equip Bandit, because it's always nice to have in those against those bosses. Above and beyond that, we don't need any more killer abilities. I'm sure I'll find out that I'm wrong and I'll equip some. But for now, let's leave them alone. So we are going to go with Alert to minimise the chances of a back attack. Protect Girls, so Zidane can heroically throw himself in the way of attacks against Dagger or Quina. Let's go for Steel Gill, because why not? There we go. Vivi's turn. clear-headed, we want clear-headed. So let's get rid of Insomniac and equip clear-headed. Keep all the others, we don't need that status. Next, Garnet, she does not have clear-headed at the moment, which is annoying. But we'll equip her with ability up. And then we have Queener, who does have clear-headed. Let's get rid of Insomniac. Let's instead equip Millionaire, which increases the amount of gil you receive after battle. And I think we are done. Call a Moogle. Interestingly, by the way, the Moogle that turns up when you save on the world map is still Mogwai. It was the same Moogle on the Mist Continent as the Outer Continent. It doesn't matter where you are in this in the world, this one Moogle will fly to your aid. However many times you annoy it, it will still fly to your aid. Anywhere in the world. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is service. Right, save our game. We have made it to the Outer Continent. We walked, and also I will show you at this venture, of course. We have a world map! Oh my god! So we have been faffing around on the Mist Continent, which was down here, in the bottom right-hand corner. But we have a world map. Now, interesting thing to note about this world map, by the way. If your cursor goes off the top of it, it appears on the bottom, and if it goes on the left, it appears on the right. Which is a fancy way of saying it, that at least as it's represented on this map, the world is a donut. If you think about it. Which I find endlessly amusing. But there we go. Not to worry. It's probably more to do with how the cartographers have represented it than to do with the fact that the world is actually a donut. But, yeah. There we go. Anyway, we will call that video there. I hope you are enjoying our little excursion through an ancient game. We've finally made it to the Outer Continent. And I will catch you guys in another video. Ciao, ciao.